increasingly difficult economic times, a number of cost-saving measures will need to be implemented this session. Would you please explain how you plan to support cutting costs statewide?
Yeah, that's a really tough question, but it is the question for this session. As you know, our economy, not just in our country, but in our global economy, is in trouble, and we're going to have to make tough choices. I've been sort of balancing my thoughts on what could we do, what could we put off? You know, sometimes, say for instance, you have tires on your car, and maybe you could get another year out of those tires and still be safe. On the other hand, you might need to replace them right away. So we're sort of looking at similar kinds of ideas in our budget. We're saying, what is it that we could put off? We've done a lot of good things in education and healthcare and in state government reform. We've done a lot of good things and we've added programs. And so we may be forced to sort of figure out what can we put off and what do we need to move forward with. You know, on top of that, we also have to make sure that we have a strong safety net. In these tough economic times, when we're going to have lots of folks needing social services, we need to make sure those services are there, because really that's what government's all about, is being a social safety net. So we're going to be, you know, sort of prioritizing things on what do we have to do to make sure that government's providing the right services, what do we need to do, and then what can we sort of put off for a few years till we can get through this crisis. And that's sort of how I'm going to be making my decisions on where we cut our budget.
Since joining the legislature in 2005, you've been a strong advocate for those in the field of nursing. Why is this so important to you?
Well, they say, you know, once a nurse, always a nurse. And, you know, the profession of nursing, I'm very proud to be a nurse. It's a profession that's all about helping people and advocating for people. And in fact, when you do surveys, people really trust nurses. Firefighters and nurses, the most trusted, respected, trusted professions. It wasn't that much of a leap for me to go from nurse to state representative, because it's sort of the same. We spend our time advocating for the people that we represent in our district. I think nursing has been really important to me. First, you know, we sort of bring our talents and our life experience to the legislature. We have a citizen legislature, and that's the profession and that I know a lot about, so I know where the problems are and where we can make things better, not just for the workers, not for just the nurses, but for the patients. And all of us are a patient at one time or another, and we want to make sure our health care is safe and appropriate and that we're treated with respect and dignity. I'm really proud that we've been able to do things like the Patient Safe Lifting Bill, which makes it so that health care workers won't be lifting manually patients anymore. We have a lot of technology and machines to do that. It's good for the patient and it's good for the nurses. You know, we've also have a huge nursing crisis coming along. So I'd like to encourage any young people out there that are looking into new professions that a lot of us nurses are getting gray hairs now, and we need more people to go into this profession. And so that's another reason why I'm a real advocate for nursing. I think it's you know, it's not a profession for everybody, but it is a profession that has brought me a decent family wage and respect and dignity. And that's probably why I spend a lot of time on nursing issues, because frankly, the things that nurses care about are the things that regular people care about, and it translates into my legislative work.